Welcome back, everyone. We are starting our journey to another really interesting track, which is scripting for cloud environment, because that we have already started seeing the cloud in action. But what we're gonna do now, we're gonna actually jump and see how we can do the scripting to manage not only the cloud environment but also spinning up the services through the command shell. And guess what, we have the best scripting language available across all the clouds, including AWS, Azure, and GCP, and I believe the other cloud providers are providing the same interfaces for bash scripting. Now, choosing there are reasons why I'm choosing bash, because in the bash environment, you are not it's a uniform language that you can use across the cloud platform, but also you can use to manage your operating system as well. And obviously, once it combines with Python, it gives you a lot of power to build some really strong software item that you can plug with your data pipelines or your data and analytics system to build the data flow system, or the integration system. We're going to see all these in action later on. So that's one of the reason why I'm actually picking bash to start the journey in the cloud environment. Because once you start understanding the cloud, once you start understanding the bash scripting, you will see how much power you're gonna gain to handle the cloud environment. And the beauty is, once you have a grip on the bash, you can deal any sort of built-in application like Terraform, which provide you the capabilities to manage all the cloud environment through unified programming language. And obviously, the bash is more complicated than Terraform, and just because it is a multi-purpose language, not only provide the capabilities to manage the cloud, but also the operating system and other additional capabilities like integration, and you can name it whatever you want to build, right? So that's a quick introduction. I put the AWS icon because we're going to start our journey with AWS, and then we slowly move towards the Azure and the GCP cloud platform. Now, enough introduction. Let's jump and start our first uh, script. I'm going to show you the dev environment. You can see I'm using the Kubuntu environment, which is obviously a flavor of Ubuntu, but you can use any Linux distribution. Keep in mind, Linux has two major distribution categories. One use yum, and the other one use obviously sudo or apt to get the packages, right? There are commands different between these two distros categories. I'm using the one which is based on the Debian, but you can use the other one as well if you like those ones, right? And I'm using the KDA because it comes with the KDA. It comes with I think X11 and GNOME interface. I like the KDA because the multi Windows functionality is really great. That's what I find. But it's all depends upon the personal choice. Whatever the way you like to configure your environment, you can do. It's not going to impact on our working environment. Now, opening the terminal is quite easy. You can see I've already put in my favorite. Normally, you can search the console. In some operating systems, it's called terminal window. Because I'm using KDE, so you can see the dev have already called it console. It's not console with C, it's with K, right? So I would just put it on my favorite. So I just click on it, and you can see I'm in the terminal window, and the whole power of the scripting is now in front of me. I'm going to know it. Let's start with our first command, ls. So like you can see with ls, we can list the directories which are or file which are sitting within the current folder. And you can see by default I'm on my home directory. Whenever shell opens up, and shell is nothing more like a way of communication with the kernel environment. Now, by saying it, if I want to see where I am at the moment within the shell environment, the command is pwd. One more thing I would like to mention in here, once you understand the shell or once you understand the scripting language, it's really going to help you once you are working within the Databricks environment. Because if you remember, in order to manage the cluster which are running underneath of our Databricks environment, we need to learn some scripting that so we can use to manage the files or manage the data within those nodes which are running underneath the cluster, right? So just think from that perspective as well. All right, so coming back, so you can see I'm in my home directory, and I can see the path is like /home/ Muhammad S. That's my username. And the above command, you can see it's all showing. It's showing all the directories which are sitting into that. If I want to map with the graphical interface, because some user they want to confirm that whatever they are seeing on the command prompt is matching with the graphical user interface. So you just need to go into your home folder, and once you open the file explorer, which in KDE in Ubuntu it's called Dolphin. They give it a name as Dolphin, and once you click on home, you're gonna see exactly similar folder that you are seeing on your shell environment, right? So that's another evidence that both things are showing similar information, right? But in here you have more power. So for example, if I want to see the hidden folder as well, so I'm just going to use ls minus. So you're gonna see all these .ssh and which keep our SSH keys, public and private key, that we use to connect with the server if you don't want to use the password, which is a best practice, right? We have that .aws because it comes in as soon as you install the AWS CLI, it automatically create .aws. I can show you what we have in the AWS, but we'll discuss it later on. So let's run it. So you can see we have two files, config and credential. What it contains, we're gonna see in the upcoming video. So that's a quick introduction of the shell. That will start our journey. We have long journey to go. We're gonna cover a lot of things regarding shell, cloud, and Terraform. From not only from the dev perspective, but from the infrastructure perspective as well. So hopefully you like the video. Please put any comment if you have any question. Otherwise, I'm gonna see you in the next one. Stay tuned.